cut lengthwise into quarters. This is hard work. Be careful not to cut yourself. It's very difficult to cut it through. Let's do this again. Perfect! This is the tool. This is what you need. Lovely, almost effortless. Let's make the marinade. 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 teaspoon paprika. I'm using half teaspoon, so I will put 2. Cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. Half teaspoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon hot pepper paste or any other red paste you have on hand. You can use ketchup, smoked barbecue sauce. A little bit of freshly ground black pepper. Wash the corn cobs so you get rid of any loose teeth, or whatever is it called. Brush the sauce over each of the corns. Very nice smoky flavor. Lay the corn on a lined baking tray and bake for 25-30 minutes. Check halfway through and turn. Make sure the corns are cooking evenly. Two eggs, separate whites from yolks. One and a half tablespoons milk, which is roughly 25 ml. Beat until thick, smooth and creamy. This is what it looks like after 5 minutes of beating by hand. After 10 minutes. Fold lightly. Whisk the egg whites. In this case, let's use some modern technology. 2 tablespoons granulated sugar. Continue to whisk until the egg whites are glossy and they hold stiff peak. Grease the ring a little bit. wash the beef, 400 grams. A little bit of corn flour. Heat as much oil as you need. Fry roughly 2 minutes each side. Prepare the sauce which you would like to have with the meat. I have mine ready, so let's cook it. 200 ml water. Add all meat into sauce. Cook for maybe 2-3 minutes, more or less, just to heat up the meat. I will serve it with rice. ,30 grams butter. As I don't have the toaster, I'm going to fry bread in pan. eggs, 20 ml milk, beat eggs with milk, add a little bit of oil into pan, I'm using coconut oil, add eggs and make scrambled eggs. Patum pepperium, the gentleman's relish. A little bit of capers in brine. Anchovy fillets. Decorate as you wish. I'm using mini yellow peppers and mini red peppers. Toasted pine nuts. You don't need to toast them, but pesto is much better if they are toasted. It's up to you. 3 garlic cloves, 50 grams parmigiano, bunch of basil leaves. I'm using stems as well. 2 tablespoons olive oil. Add 30 ml olive oil. Transfer to sealable container. This homemade pesto will last for about a week if you store it in airtight container in the fridge. Handful pine nuts. I have 30 grams. Lightly toast for 3 or 4 minutes in a dry frying pan. Set aside. Little bit of oil, 1 medium-sized red onion, thinly sliced. Fry for about 5 minutes. Pour in the saffron water, few strands of saffron and 275 milliliters of boiling water, 100 grams orzo, we call it pasta rice, half teaspoon red paprika, mix well, bring to the boil, 30 grams halved olives, cover, turn the heat down to a moderate simmer, cook for 8 minutes or until the rice is al dente. Add 30 grams roughly chopped prunes, add something green, I have tops of the spring onions, zest from orange, half tablespoon, together with juice from a quarter orange, mix well. Add fried pine nuts. Scatter with crumbled feta cheese. and serve. 500 grams flour, 1 teaspoon granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon dried yeast, beat 1 egg, 2 tablespoons oil, 270 ml warm water, add egg and oil mixture. If is it too sticky, add a little bit of flour, but be very careful not to add too much, so rather put tiny bit and then add more if you need some more. The dough starts to be much better and less sticky. I need a little bit more flour. Knead the dough for about 10 minutes until smooth. Once the dough is not sticking to the bowl anymore and it's smooth, dust the top with a little bit of flour. Cover with cling film and let it stand for about an hour in a warm place. This is what my dough looks like after half an hour, doubled in size at least. Oil the surface a little bit. Divide dough into two. You don't want to knead it much, just very lightly, more or less just forming a ball. Form the shape you like. Make sure you can fit it into a pot where you will be steaming it. This is roughly my size and shape. Let's do the same with the other one. Let it rise in a warm place for another 20 minutes. This is what the dumplings look like after 20 minutes. Transfer them into pot where you will be steaming them. If you can fit both, good for you. I cannot. Add hot water. Grease your steamer with a little bit of oil. Place it into pot. Grease your hands a little bit. Let's try to transfer one of the dumplings onto steamer. Okay, I've done a mistake here. I should put it onto the steamer instead of where it is now. So let's correct it. Let's take the steamer out and let the dumpling rise for a few more minutes until it looks better than it looks now. Steam it for about 20 minutes. My first big dumpling ever. Spread a little bit of oil on the top so it stays nice and shiny. Pierce on few places with a toothpick to let the steam out. Grease plate with a little bit of oil to prevent sticking. Transfer the dumpling onto plate. Form the ball again. Grease the steamer. Make any shape you like. Put the dough onto steamer and steam for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. ,700 grams pork belly. So we start with scoring the pork belly skin diagonally in a diamond pattern at around 1.5 centimeter intervals. The one above is already scored. 1 heaped tablespoon of rock salt, grind black peppercorns. Season generously with salt and pepper. Rub it well into the skin. 2 fennel bulbs. garlic cloves, peeled and mashed, little bit of olive oil, fennel, garlic, 6 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon cardamom pods, 3 pieces star anise, 1 teaspoon fennel seeds, add meat, skin side down, turn the pork over, season the skin again with salt, sprinkle with 1 teaspoon fennel seeds. Pour in the wine to deglaze the pan, scraping up the bits from the bottom, and bring to the boil. Once it's boiling, pour in chicken stock up to the rind. Make sure the top is not wet at all, otherwise it will not make stuffings. It will be just a soggy skin. Bring it back to the boil. Place rosemary under the pork belly before bringing the tray into the oven. Make sure the chicken stock and the wine are boiling. Cook on the oven on 230, fan 210 or gas 8, and we'll be cooking it for 40 minutes. Then reduce the temperature to 200, fan 180 or gas 6, and cook it for another 60 minutes. Nicely mixed. Let's put it into the tray. Add remaining hot stock. It was cooking for about 25 minutes, so I have another 15 minutes left. Then I will change it to gas 6 for another 1 hour. So this is after 1 hour of cooking. Then it was resting for 30 minutes. Now ready to be cut. ,500 grams ground biscuits, 300 grams icing sugar, 50 grams of cocoa. Mix together. Slowly add the milk until the mass becomes workable, thick. Add the rum as much as you like or as little as you like. Muddy dough. A little bit more rum. If is it too thick, then you can add a little bit of either milk or rum, but be very careful not to overdo it. But if you have too much, if is it too runny, then you add preferable more biscuits, or maybe if is it not sweet enough for your tooth, you can add a little bit more icing sugar. Knead the dough until it's compact. It needs to be almost like Play-Doh, that kind of consistency. Let's make filling. 200 grams soft butter, 200 grams icing sugar, 1 tablespoon homemade vanilla sugar, and desiccated coconut, as much or as little as you like. Sprinkle the surface with a little bit of icing sugar, then transfer the dough. If it's sticky, then add a little bit of icing sugar on the outside. Divide it into 2. Roll one of them into square, which is 3 to 5 millimeters thick. Then divide the filling into two as well, and spread one half into the rolled out into the first dough, and then make a roll. Now repeat the same process with the other dough and the other half of the dough and then other half of the filling. Put the tray into the fridge for as long as you can, ideally at least 24 hours, so tastes mix together. Tomato sauce, 50 ml boiling water, half tomato cubed, cook until it softens. Let's make tomato puree. This is all pulp, so I will not put it into the noodles. I will eat it with something else. It's just one, well, heaped tablespoon. Put the sauce like in pot. A little bit of vinegar. I have red wine vinegar. A little bit of sugar. I have coriander syrup. A little bit of chili powder. I have hot chili. And a little bit of salt. Cook until it thickens. Once it is thick, transfer it to serving dish. Chili sauce. A little bit of oil. I have extra virgin olive oil. Heat up the oil. Add half tablespoon of sliced garlic. Fry a little bit. Add 1 tablespoon of green chili and a little bit of salt. Fry a little bit. Add a little bit of water. Cook until the peppers soften. Once the chili peppers are cooked, make a puree. Half tablespoon of salt. I will eat it later with something. Bring the sauce back to pot. Add a little bit of vinegar. I have red wine vinegar. A little bit of oil. A little bit of onion salt. A little bit of garlic granules. Add chili sauce. A little bit of sugar. A little bit of water. A little bit of ground cumin. A little bit of ground coriander. Cook until thickens. A little bit of garlic bread. Once thick, transfer to serving dish. Let's cook the noodles. Boiling water. Add noodles. I have 2 chicken flavor Maggi noodles. Each of them 60 grams. Let's make the veggies for the noodles. A little bit of oil, medium-sized onion, small cubes, roughly a handful. A little bit of salt, fry for a bit. Cubed tomato, I have half of the big one. Few carrots, small pieces of yellow, red, and green pepper. Cook them a little bit. A little bit of water, 1 heaped tablespoon baby corn. Heaped tablespoon of spring onions. Oopsie daisy. Oh my goodness. A little bit of turmeric powder, a little bit of coriander powder, a little bit of hot chili powder, a little bit. 1 tablespoon lychee. Once our veggies soft, add the 2 sachets from the noodles. And finally, add noodles. Go for a little bit to heat it up. is dried apricots cut into halves. 2 apples cut into roughly 1-inch pieces. Let's prepare spices. 1 teaspoon salt, half teaspoon ground cinnamon, half teaspoon black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon allspice. Mix together, add into meat and then coat. Heat a little bit of oil. Brown the beef in batches. The reason for browning the beef is that the browning process will caramelize natural sugars in the meat and it will create richly colored crust. And that crust will then help the meat retain its shape during the long simmering hours. So if you want to keep the shape, just make sure you brown the meat before you cook it for a long time. So that's what we are doing now. I'm using cast iron casserole dish, ideal for slow cooking. Add onion. Add garlic, 500 grams tomato passata or any tomato sauce you have, 500 ml hot beef stock. If you have beef broth, that's even better. Cover, bring it to boil and simmer for 2.5 hours. Add apricots, apples. This is what they look like after 2.5 hours. Cling film works very nicely. Oligo syrup, 1 or 2 tablespoons. Bring back to boil. Cover and cook for another 30 minutes until the apples soften a little bit. ,280 grams plain flour, half teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 40 grams sugar. That's a little bit too much. Oops. Well, they will be a little bit too sweet. I have roughly 60 grams instead of 40. Never mind. Mix together. 1 tablespoon warm milk, 1 teaspoon of dried yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar. Cover and let it rise for about 10-15 minutes in a warm place. 120 ml warm milk, 40 grams melted butter, 1 whole egg mixed together. Before adding egg, make sure the butter and milk are not too hot, otherwise you will cook the egg. After 10 minutes, add the yeast mixed together. Add all wet ingredients into the dry ones and mix together. Beat it for 5 minutes, if you can maybe 10, until the dough is really smooth. Put it into a warm place for about half an hour or until it doubles in the size. What I like to do, I turn on the oven to maximum for about 2 minutes, then turn it off and put the dough in there. I do not cover it, it's not necessary, I just close the door. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll see you in half an hour. After half an hour, let's take the dough out of the warm place, in my case oven. This is what it looks like. Let's put a little bit of flour on my non-stick mat. Add the dough. Smells good. 8 mil, maybe. Let it rise for another half an hour. Heat the oil. Fry the donuts. $225 plain flour, 2 teaspoons salt, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil. I have half tablespoon, so I will put 4. 100 ml water, 35 milliliters, 70 milliliters, 100 milliliters. Mix the flour with water and oil together. Knead the dough for 5 to 10 minutes until smooth. Roll into a bowl, cover with cling film and set aside at room temperature for 30 minutes. 2 onions, peeled, washed, finely chopped. Few garlic cloves, peeled and crushed. Finely chopped. 2 carrots, peeled and finely diced. 2 potatoes, peeled and finely diced. A little bit of oil. Add onions. Add garlic. Once the onions are a little bit soft, add carrots, potatoes. Add the vegetable stock, roughly 100 ml. Cover and cook for about 10 minutes. A little bit of oil. 500 grams minced turkey meat. 1 teaspoon ground hot chilies. Half teaspoon salt. Once the meat and veggies are cold, mix them together. I also have peas. Form big donut. Don't let them dry out. Cover the dumplings with cling film and let them stand for half an hour, maybe an hour. 1 tablespoon soybean paste. 2 tablespoons gochujang, which is hot pepper paste. 1 tablespoon dark soy sauce. 1 tablespoon mirin. 1 tablespoon garlic oil. 2 tablespoons garlic puree. 1 tablespoon gochugaru. 4 tablespoons ketchup. 2 tablespoons oligo syrup. 200 ml water. Bring to boil. Once happy with the thickness, transfer to serving dish. I'll let the dumplings stand for about an hour, I think. Something like that. And it really helped, because even though some of them they look like they will never stick together, but actually they riced a little bit, which is really good. They look much better. I loved the dumplings so much. Done them again a couple days later. I used more or less the same ingredients. I had a little bit of filling left, so I have decided to make the dumplings again. This time, I'm not going to fry them, I'm going to steam them. I made the dough much thicker than before. It's much easier to work with it and easier to fill it in, as you can see. Five big shallots. Cut into big pieces. One full head of garlic. I'll leave the garlic whole. Few spring onions cut into longer sticks. Couple baby cucumbers cut in halves. Baby corn cut into roughly 1 inch length. Chilies cut into bigger pieces. Two medium-sized tomatoes cut into eighths. 5 tablespoons oil. Once the oil is hot, add shallots, mustard seeds 1 tablespoon, garlic, chilies, five bay leaves, tomato, mirin, teaspoon turmeric, 1 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon ground coriander, half tablespoon rock salt, hot water, 1 tablespoon hot pepper paste, half tablespoon red pepper flakes, baby corn, baby cucumbers, spring onions, cook for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of cooking, add 2 smoked basil fillets, 200 grams scallops, cook it until the fish is done for about 10 minutes. 200 grams king prawns. They are ready to eat, so I'm just going to add them in the end. Cook for a few more minutes. water. Wash the rice. Drain the water. Repeat for a couple times until the water starts to run almost clear. Maybe 5-6 times. That's what I usually do. This is the 5th time and you can see the water is a little bit clearer. I am happy with that. Transfer it to the strainer. Let it dry until you are ready to cook it. This is what the dry rice sounds like. Heat a little bit of oil. Fry the rice for 2-3 minutes. Stir constantly. Add a little bit of salt. Hot water, roughly 1 centimeter above the rice. Cover and cook for 7 minutes exactly. I'm having basmati rice, so if you're using different kind of rice, the time may be different. After 7 minutes, rice is done. Turn it off, and even if you have a little bit of water left in there, the rice will suck it all up. Don't throw away the water, and don't put too much water, of course, otherwise instead of rice will be mushy something. A little bit of oil, tablespoon of soybean paste, 2 tablespoons gochujang, roughly 1 liter of hot water. Heaped tablespoon chopped garlic, roughly 1 tablespoon dark soy sauce. Stir until gochujang and soybean paste get smooth. 2 tablespoons sweetener. I'm using oligo syrup. One tablespoon sesame oil, 1 tablespoon honey, 1 tablespoon dark soy sauce. Heat the oil, fry the green beans until they change the color a little bit. Make sure they don't burn, stir quite frequently. Add chopped garlic, fry for 2-3 minutes. Stir constantly to make sure the garlic doesn't burn. Add the sauce we made from soy sauce, honey and sesame oil. Coat all beans. Add a little bit of hot water, cover and cook for about 10 minutes. frozen peas. Pour hot water to defrost. Heat a little bit of oil, add chopped spring onions, carrots and red chilies. Stir fry for 2-3 minutes. Add a little bit of salt, green parts of spring onions and cook for another minute or two. Add peas, cook for a minute or two. Add a little bit of hot water, cover and cook for another minute or so.